Good afternoon, Paul. I'm Dan D'Alessandro, and it's my privilege to interview you as part of the Hudson County Bar Association's Outreach and Support Committee Oral History Program. How are you today?
Well, I feel very good. I'm up here with my son, and I'm very happy that I see you here.
Thank you.
Dan
And
D'Alessandro.
your son Steve is about to be president of the county bar.
And I'm very happy about that.
He's following in your
Very
footsteps.
happy, yeah. And he's been helping me very much because it's been a long time since I can get the details back in my mind.
Tell me a little bit about your background. Where were you born?
Well, I was born in Kearney, New Jersey, and I was born on Wilkinson Terrace.
And when were you born?
And I was born in, what's it, 1929.
And where did you go to school?
Kearney High School.
And
At
college?
Kearney High School. And college, I went to Rutgers.
In New Brunswick?
Yes, I went to the school in New Brunswick first. And then for the balance of the Rutgers work, I came back to Kearney. And I used the Rutgers office in Kearney for that balance.
What was your major in college?
Oh boy, I know the.
Did you go to law school right after
Yeah,
college?
I went to law school right after college.
And
That's
which
right.
law school? Was it
Rutgers.
Law?
It was Rutgers Law School. Yeah.
Were you the first person in your family to go to law school?
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
after law school, did you go into practice?
And after law school, the first thing I did after law school was I tried to get in. I received a Bachelor of Law degree in when I finished law school. But then when I tested to run things, I failed. And so that was in June of 1953 that happened. And then I joined the Navy. And I had to join the Navy at that time because because I failed. I had to go either into the Navy for 4 years or otherwise I could have joined the Army too for 2 years, but the Army was they don't have a position in the Army.
Tell me a little bit about the Navy.
But in the Navy, I joined it, and the Navy was wonderful. And I grew up with the Navy. I grew up. I felt that I really didn't understand what was happening in the world. And I can remember to this day of sitting there when I was in the USS Marius, one of the ships that was heading for the Mediterranean. And they took me away for 4 years in the Mediterranean. At this point, they would come back, but not too often. But that was the big part of my life in there, and I loved the Marius, and I learned so much with the people that I was with. And back at home, I didn't know too many people, and I did all right in my marks, and I passed it, but I really wasn't that great.
And when you were discharged from the Navy, then you came back to Kearney?
And now then when I came back from the Navy, I decided that, or I didn't decide. I wanted to do this, that I wanted to try again, to get to what do I call it?
To become a lawyer?
To become a lawyer.
So you were determined to succeed, and you did.
And I was, yeah, and I tried when we came back on 1957, and at that time I passed. Easily I passed. And from there on in, the whole world for me was aces high, right up until today. We've had wonderful, wonderful times. Like we had Joe Healy. I don't know if you remember Joe Healy's name, but that was back in 1960, and Joe Healy was just one of the greatest. Well, in my mind, he was only located in Kearney, but he was great for me, and I joined him, and I had a very, very good time with Joe. Now, and also during the times that I was with Joe, I had a fellow named Joe Slavic. And Joe Slavic, I just met, he just came back and reminded me who he was about 3 days ago from the time of this one. He's back at
Joe's a lawyer?
I don't think Joe's a lawyer, but he was on the town of Kearney place, and he was one of the. There's in the town of Kearney has four places, and they have a man for each place.
I see.
He was one of them.
Actually, your son Steve tells me that he's a mortician.
Politician.
Or politician, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And tell me about the start of your early practice. What kind of cases did you handle? What kind of cases did you enjoy handling?
Oh boy, it was wonderful. I took them all. I was in court all the time.
Did you like court work?
I liked it. It was, and I liked every bit of what we did in the law. I was very, very pleased with myself. I got into Joe Healy died very early on, and
He was your mentor in the practice?
well, in the beginning, yeah,
Sounds like quite a guy.
in the beginning, and then the next, but when he died, and he died around let's see, June of the regular year. And after him came Lester Miller,
Your good buddy.
my good buddy. And I served with Lester, and Lester Miller was an attorney.
Yes.
And I served with him for 30 years, 30 more years. So that brings it up to how much? 57 years.
And when did you go into practice with your family members? Who was the first? How many children do you have?
I have 3 children.
And how many of your
two
children
of
are
them-
lawyers?
2 of them are lawyers.
And
And the 2 of them started the practice, I'm estimating,
92.
about 20 years
Steve
ago.
says 1992, and we know Steve is a lawyer.
Yeah,
What is the name of your other child that practices with you?
Susan.
Susan. And what kind of cases does Susan handle?
She's got her own office, and she's out on the,
County council.
yeah.
She's in the
She's
county
out,
counsel's
she's in the county
office.
council's office. Yeah.
I met Susan the other night. She plays softball with the county council,
There we go.
and that's where I saw her. After 3.5 years of running out of excuses for not making the games, Judge Baber finally cornered me, and I went, and it was a nice time, and I met your daughter, and I enjoyed meeting her.
Yeah.
And are there any lawyers who stick out in your mind other than Joe
Yeah, Bob McCurrie.
and Bob?
Bob McCurrie. Yeah,
Yes.
Bob McCurrie started the whole.
Your uncle?
My uncle. He's
Yes.
an uncle, and he started the whole thing for me. And he was.
Joe there.
He was with Joe
Well,
Thuring?
he was with Joe Thuring, but Bob was he was my uncle. He was the man I liked.
And Joe became a judge here,
Yes,
a very fine judge.
yes.
And in your years of practice, do any lawyers stick out as particularly memorable to you? Other than your kids and Lester Miller? Or any
Any
memorable
lawyers?
cases or memorable judges that come to mind?
Oh boy. Oh
He was,
boy.
he was
You know,
involved in the Baby M case.
You were involved in Baby M?
Yes.
From
I was involved in so many cases, and unfortunately, when I got to about it was about 2 years ago, that I had a problem.
You want to take
I had to,
5?
I had to stop. I had to stop practice